So yeah, I had the surgery around like November 20th probably, and I'm filming this today and it is November 7th. So yeah, if you haven't seen that old video, I suggest watching that one first just so you can get an idea of what my nose looked like, the experience of actually going through the rhinoplasty and whatnot. But in that video, I really only had like the day that I got the cast removed filmed, and then a couple of pictures of the next like month or two maybe afterwards. So at the end of this video, I'm going to include a ton of pictures because I've just been doing that like monthly, weekly, just whenever I can. I just take pictures just to see like the progression from what it used to look like compared to now. But yeah, I'm like super happy with the result. The week after surgery is probably the worst week of your entire life. It's so unbelievably painful. So I just advise anybody that is thinking about doing this surgery to just like be prepared for that, because I watched so many videos. Like I cannot even count the number of videos that I have watched on other people's experiences and just like vlogs and whatever else I could watch, even though most people tell you not to watch stuff like that. I watched what the actual surgery looked like what they're doing to your nose at the time, like everything that you can imagine. So I thought that I was like crazy prepared. I thought that I was gonna be the person that didn't bruise at all. Thought I was gonna be the person that had no pain, that was like out and about within like a couple of days. And yeah, that was like not at all what happened. So I just like, once again, I just wanna say like, be prepared for pain, because it's not just like an easy breezy surgery where you're like going home, you're going out the next day, you're doing whatever you want, doing whatever you usually do on a normal basis. It's pretty like strenuous for the week. Another thing is you can't taste anything or smell anything probably for like the whole week. So like be prepared for that. I watched a lot of videos where like nobody really talked about the problems like that you'll have with sleeping, eating, just any of that kind of stuff. You're on a lot of pain medications, so you're not really super hungry, but you should be eating just for the medication purposes. Also, going off of the medication thing, if you watch my last video, you'll see that I messed up on my anti-swelling medication, like the bruising medication, because I was taking pretty much a third of the dose that you were supposed to be taking per day, which I think is why I was so much more like swollen the first few days. So for sure, pay attention to what the medication says to do, because it's extremely important in your healing process. But yeah, just like as far as feeling it, the first like few, I would say up until like maybe a month ago, like it felt so weird to like touch it, because it just like, it feels like it's not, I don't know if how to describe the feeling. It just like feels like it's numb right up here. But yeah, okay, I guess since I'm already up here close and personal, we might as well do like a little whatever, little front, little side action on what it's looking like right now, 1 year later. So yeah, let's do that. Okay, so this is obviously the front view. And I know that this part like dangles a little bit, but I don't care, because it used to dangle way more than that, and it used to be really, really long. I never really had a problem with it from the front, to be honest with you. I didn't really care. It was the side that like bugged the heck out of me of how it looked. And you'll see in the old video / all of my old pictures what a honker it was. So let's get started. Okay, so this is this side. I don't really know how to film videos that well, so I'm sorry if these aren't great for you. Okay. And then this is the other side. So yeah, I mean, I'm like extremely happy and satisfied with the result. I think that my doctor did a fantastic job. I have an appointment in a few weeks. It's like December. I think it's like the first week of December. I have like a 1 year update. I don't really know what they do in that. I think he's probably just gonna check to make sure that it's healing correctly. I had one in May as well, as like a, I don't know what that one was for, but at that time he just like felt everything and he was like, oh, it's still a little swollen up here, that'll go down. So I'm sure he's just gonna check once again if the swelling up here goes down and whatnot, because like I said, like you'll notice if you do get this, the amount of swelling that goes down from like day 1 compared to like week 2 even is absolutely insane. Like the way that your body changes, the way that your nose just like goes down. Like you'll see in my old video, I straight up like get the cast moved and I'm in the car and I was like, oh yeah, like this is totally fine. Like my nose doesn't even look bad. And looking at pictures, it's like double this size in wideness. It's like probably out to here. And I'm sitting there like, this is totally cool. Let's contour it. Good to go. So you'll see just how much your nose ends up decreasing in like inflammation and whatnot. I'm so sorry. This video is so all over the place, but I'm just trying to think of like anything that comes to mind right now. And I'm trying to think back to like some of the comments that I received. But most of the comments were just like, oh, how is the pain? How does it look right now? How does it feel right now? Was it worth it? How much did it cost? So cost. I don't know like if most people tell people the cost and whatnot, but I did like a lot of medical stuff with my nose as well. So like insurance covered that part. Like I had a deviated septum. I had a lot wrong in the first place. So that was all covered. But the actual rhinoplasty for me, out of pocket, what I paid, and I paid for it by myself, was $3,500, which honest to God, I don't feel like is that bad. I feel like for what it did to like my confidence and just like the way that it made me feel, I don't know, like when I used to sit next to people, I would just be like so insecure that they were like staring at my nose, or that they were like could like see the fact that like my nose stuck out a little bit more. And like now I just feel so much more like confident in the fact that I can go anywhere and like know that if I'm sitting next to somebody or if I turn my head or whatever, like my nose doesn't make like a huge indent out. And I also used to have like a little like bump here that they like shaved down, if you could see. So like that's pretty nice, because I think that that makes a huge difference if you don't want to actually go through them full on, sorry, I'm like super stuffed up right now. If you don't want to go through them like full on breaking your nose and then causing all this bruising and stuff, they can just shave the bump if that's just like a smaller problem for you. I was not as fortunate. I had a couple more problems than that. So I didn't know how else to like let you guys know some of the questions that I was asked, and I can't pull it up on my phone right now, so I just have my laptop in front of me. So I'm just gonna go through some of the questions that I was asked on my last video and just get those answered in case anybody else didn't read that or whatnot. But most people just asked about the cost of it, which I've already explained a little bit earlier, so I just wanted to get that out of the way. But somebody did ask me, why didn't the doctor make your nostrils smaller? Good question. I don't know. Probably because I wouldn't be able to breathe. I do know that, like, you can tell, obviously, like, I have big nostrils. I always have had big nostrils. It doesn't really bother me that much, to be honest with you. But my nose has always been super, super narrow. So my guess is I would not be able to breathe very well if they made them any smaller. I don't know. Other people ask about the anesthesia and if it hurts having the surgery, if I get put under, whatnot. You will get put under. Like, you cannot have that surgery freaking like lucid. No freaking way. That they break your nose. They cut open, hammer that bad boy out. You don't want to be awake for that. They put you under. So another person asked me what that experience is like. I've had a pretty good amount of surgeries, not cosmetic, don't worry, but if you wanted to get cosmetic, that's cool too. But this is my first cosmetic surgery. The anesthesia, you're literally, the best way I can describe it is like you're talking and then you're out. Like what happened with me, I remember the girl was like, just like go, it was during like November, she's like, go somewhere warm, go somewhere and like, where it's sunny. And I was like, you know what, I actually really like cold weather. And she's like, okay, fine, go somewhere cold, but don't bring us with you. And then I remember like you're talking and then you feel a numbness, kind of. It's like your entire body just goes like, it feels like somebody's like squeezing it, and then you're out. And then you don't feel anything, it's perfect. And then you wake up And if you wake up like I did, your entire face is this big and your eyes are like this big and your nose is completely out. But it's not that painful when you first wake up. Let's see. A lot of people were just asking for updates, so I definitely wanted to film this for that reason, because I like to see that too. I remember when I watched the videos, it's like they have their video and then it's all of a sudden it's like, this is what I look like now, and it's a whole year later and you're like, okay, well, I have a whole year to get to that point. The actual like recovery process is supposed to take a full year before all the swelling goes down. Once you're supposed to have like your real new nose, it's supposed to be a year-long process. So when you're first watching those videos and you're like, I got a whole year, makes you a little stressed out, but I'm gonna tell you right now, it flew by. Could not be happier. Yeah. Oh, well, a lot of people were asking my surgeon's information. In the last one, you can kind of see him in my video. Obviously I asked him his permission and whatnot, but his name is Daniel Danahay. I'm in Illinois. It was at Central DuPage Hospital in Glen Ellen. So go ahead and search his name. He rocks. He like makes you feel so comfortable with everything. We had a ton of consultations before, like 110% recommend. He rocked. So that concludes the questions. So yeah, I just wanted to get those all answered and make sure that we are all set. But yeah, so good luck if you go ahead and get a surgery as well. I'm just gonna say like it's worth it, and it's not probably what you expect. It's probably, if you're expecting a light, no pain, flawless, super nice week, don't get the surgery. But if you can put up with a week, 2 weeks of pain and be happy and cool with that, I highly recommend. Just do whatever you need to do. I would say like, who cares what other people think about it? Like if you want to do it, if you feel like it's gonna make you feel better, then just do it. Like I don't regret it whatsoever. I still get compliments on it from like my friends that have known me since forever, however long ago. And nobody ever, I just want to like put this out there, nobody ever was like making fun of what I looked like or what my nose looked like or anything. But I was just so insecure on the inside about what it looked like and what it felt like just all the time. Like every time I would look at it from the side, because from the front I was fine with it. I didn't ever have a huge problem with it. But I'm just saying, like, don't let anything get in the way if you want to do it. Don't think about what other people are going to think about you or say about you or whatever, because like this is your life and it's like your body and it's you that's going to be living with it for the rest of your life. So if you want to live in your body and like be happy and be confident, and this is something that makes you do that, it makes you feel better about yourself and makes you just feel better when you walk into a room, then like do it. Do anything that makes you feel better about yourself. Do anything that makes you feel good in general. So I'm just gonna be preaching here. Do what makes you happy, you know? So yeah, well, all right, I think that that's probably gonna conclude this video. If you want me to make any other types of videos, you know, just let me know in the comments. If I'm really bored all the time, so I could totally do that. So yeah, just go ahead, let me know if this was helpful. Let me know if I missed like anything that I should be talking about. If you even made it this far into the video, like thank you. I don't know why you're still watching, but like thanks. So yeah, I'm just gonna conclude this video then. Thank you.
Jamaica.com